What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. I appreciate you tuning into the channel. Winter is coming up fast. And we're gonna try to downsize some things, but before we do that, I've had requests to do this video multiple times, and in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys the entire lineup, all the bikes we have, everything about them, how I got them, my attachment to them. But yeah, let's get everything wheeled outside so we can see everything better, and let's get it started.
Perfect.
Well, here you have it, guys. This is the lineup. Now, all the bikes that I have, I've acquired over the past few years. They range from all brands to dual sport bike, Groms, pit bikes, a little bit of everything. And I put them in order from the first one that I got to the last one. I'm gonna start with the very first bike that I got out of this bunch, tell you about it, and we'll just walk through the line. All right, guys, here it is, the first bike of the bunch. I got this about 4 years ago. This is my 1998 KX250. So originally I thought it was this bike, the KLX 110, that we'll get to here in a bit, but it was actually a different 110. But basically, I wanted to get back into riding. A few YouTubers that I was watching at the time, Lee Stewart, he had a KLX 110. And I was like, man, I really miss riding. I've always wanted a pit bike. I'm a little bit older now, I have the money, so I went out and bought a pit bike. A couple years later, I sold that, got another 110 so me and Alexis could ride, and that's the bike that she learned on. And in that process, I had come across this bike on eBay. The KX250 two-stroke has always been my dream bike. I had a KX65 when I was younger, and ever since I saw this thing and saw people just ripping this bike, I always wanted one. And we went ahead and picked it up in an auction, and I paid like less than $2 grand for it. I know it's a 98, but it's got all the bells and whistles done to it. Warp 9 wheels, Boyson cover, FMF Gold Series, shorty pipe, V-Force reeds. There's just a lot of stuff done to this bike, and it's a piece of history that I'd love to have. I've contemplated selling it several times, and it's not worth anything to people who don't appreciate what it is, so we're just gonna keep it. Haven't decided whether I'm gonna turn it into a woods bike or just keep it for the motocross track. Most likely, we're gonna keep it for the track. This winter, we'll get this bike done, guys, I promise. I only rode this bike for like 10 hours, and it blew up, the whole thing. I mean, it completely detonated, so it needed a crank, piston, cylinder. Mostly my dad and I rebuilt the bike, so she's fresh. She has less than 2 hours on it, so it should run good. Hopefully, fingers crossed. If not, you know, we'll deal with it when we get there. But moving on.
Next.
So I've owned a total of 3 KLX 110Ls. I've never owned the traditional 110. When I heard about the L for the first time, it was like my prayers were answered. They made a pit bike geared for bigger people. I've had so much fun on the 110L, and that's why I've had 3 of them. We had Alexis that had one. I sold my first one that I ever bought that didn't have a title. And yeah, that's another thing. All the bikes that you see here, even the 98, they all have titles. She's definitely not in the best condition, man. This thing has been crashed. It's been beaten on, it's been abused. We actually call this one Stitches, because I don't know if you can see it, but we've got all kinds of stitching here holding this bike together. But this right here is the bike that I mastered the wheelie on. I mean, I always wanted to learn brake control, and this is the bike that taught me that. I've looped it plenty of times and just absolutely love this thing. The 110Ls are great bikes. If you ever have the money and you're looking for a pit bike, this is the best option if you're a taller guy. Some people don't like it because they sit real high, so they kind of, when you get them up into wheelie, it's kind of feels a little top heavy, I guess, but I love the bike. I mean, the smaller 110s are just too small for me because I'm a big boy. I'll definitely keep this bike I don't want to say forever, you know, because you know how that is, but as of right now, I plan on keeping this bike forever. So this is a 2012, by the way. My first one was a 2010, which is the first year that they came out with the L. We had a 2011, which was Alexis's bike, and then this is the 2012. Alright guys, moving on. These two bikes are really special to me. These are the Groms. That's what my channel started as, the family that went out and bought 4 Groms. Me, Alexis, my mom and dad, we all went, bought brand new 2018 Groms at the dealership, every single color. We sold them out. The video went viral, and that's where a lot of my beginning following came from. So I've got a lot of love for the Grom. This is what got me back into street riding, because some of you know, when I was 15 and a half, I got a crotch rocket, a Yamaha R6. Got into a decent amount of trouble on that bike, and I stayed off the streets for a long time because of that. So the Groms, they're innocent, and it's really what got me back into riding on the streets and just being able to go out, have fun, rip these things like pit bikes. I've wheelied the crap out of this bike. Right now it's in dirt form, and we've taken this thing on some crazy off-road adventures, both of these bikes actually. Alexis is still pretty clean, thankfully, but mine's, you know, been through hell and back. I'm surprised I haven't bent the frame. I know a lot of people do. Must have got a strong one, but absolutely love these bikes. I know a lot of people hate on the Groms, but they're just so much fun, especially when you get a group of them together. I don't ever see me getting rid of the Grom anytime soon, and we're definitely going to be showing my Grom a lot of love soon, and possibly doing a new look on hers, but you know how women are, they just can never make up their minds. So, alright, I think that does that. They're 2018s, by the way. They haven't changed the look yet, they just have new colors. Rocking the Kenda big blocks. She's got the Maxxis on hers, and we got the HMF exhaust on this one. Alright, so I guess I'll start these up for you too. I'm not sure if this thing will run. It's been sitting so long. Oh yeah, hasn't run in months. Since my birthday, actually. As you guys know, I used to have a Yoshi exhaust on here, but it broke in half, so.
I was gonna say, this is the first time that we ever had stock exhaust on our 110s.
Yeah, I'll just put a clip in of this running. I'm not gonna start it up. It's got really old gas in there. Alright, the HMF exhaust, my favorite Grom exhaust out there. If you're in the market for an aftermarket exhaust, HMF, they got good stuff. Wow, how many keys can you fit on this thing? That's pretty sweet. Oh yeah, a fuel injected light. Ooh yeah. I like it. I don't think we want to hear mine run. I guess we could. Sounds super mean. Stock exhaust life. I don't think I'll ever change on this bike though, because I like my hooligan exhaust, my stealth exhaust. You can get away with a lot of stuff with this exhaust. Alright you guys, moving on to my next love. This is another bike that helped me grow the channel, and we've done so much on this bike, and everybody loves it. I love it. I feel like I can't get rid of it. I don't know. I just got a lot of attachment to this bike. I've had a lot of good times on this bike, and shown the 250L community what this bike can do. And it's looked down upon by many, but I've continued to push the limits with this bike, and you got the right tires on there, you got the right rider, and you got the right mindset. You can go just about anywhere on these things. Go ahead and fire her up real quick. She'll always start. But yeah, this is a 2014 CRF 250L. It's a street legal dual sport right out of the factory. It's got a few little odds and ends on there. I obviously had different tires on here, Trackmaster in the front, Shinko Cheater in the rear, Seat Concept seat, Renthal fat bars. These are actually the DRZ bars I got on here. Zeta handguards. I got a rack on the back here, skid plate. We're definitely gonna put some love into this thing and make it look new again. And it's only got like 2,500 miles on this thing. It's nuts, because I've spent most of it off-road, and you don't really rack up a lot of miles off-road. Yeah, a lot of good times. This bike definitely has some sentimental value, and I look forward to riding it some more. This bike is my winter bike, that and the Grom. So, all right, moving on. So soon after I got the 250L, I wanted Alexis to get another dual sport. So we hopped on Facebook Marketplace, and this is what we found. This is the little brother of the 250L. This is the CRF 230L. This is a 2008. Another great deal we got on this bike. Everything that I've got here, I've got for a really good deal. A 2008 CRF 230L. This is another awesome bike. These things are bulletproof, air-cooled, 230cc. It's just a really good, lightweight dual sport that I've done some light trail riding on it and absolutely loved it. If you threw some different tires on here, it would be extremely capable. Got a different bar setup. You could make this thing look modern too. I even thought about putting a 250L headlight on there, signal delete, or get some slimmer signals, get some fat bars on here with some risers, fender eliminator. I mean, this could be a really awesome trail bike for someone, but you know, someone doesn't want to make up their mind. So I don't know what the future of this bike holds. It's not up to me because this is Alexis's bike. So let me know what you think in the comments below. But I don't think she can find anything better as a dual sport. I mean, anything bigger is just going to be uncomfortable on the trails. This thing is super lightweight. It's pretty nimble. You get exhaust on here, plastic, seat cover. It could be an awesome bike. Let's move along. Like I said, I'm not going to get into price too much, but I will say at the end of this video how much money is invested in all of these bikes. How about that? But up next, oh man, I might shed a tear looking at this bike. This is the 2016 DRZ 400 SM. I bought this bike from a good friend, Jose. He bought it stock and he put a decent amount of money into it. It's got the exhaust 3x3 airbox mod. It's got the jet kit. Got the custom Tail of the Dragon stickers on here. I put some Pro Taper CR High fat bars on here in the gold color. It just looks so good. Just put the seat cover on. It's got the FMF Power Core 4 slip on. I mean, this is an awesome bike, and it's gone today. Here in a few hours, I'm getting rid of the DRZ, selling it to a friend. Shout out to Nate. This will be a great bike for you, man. And it's pretty much a brand new DRZ. Kind of sad to see this one go. This is honestly like one of the nicer bikes that I've owned. These are looked down upon by some. It's heavy, it's old, it's 5-speed, but I mean, there's a reason why these things are still around. For the money, you really can't get better than that as far as reliability. It's got plenty of power. They are a little bit heavy, but you know what? You can get over that. The DRZ's had a long run. Nothing's changed in years. They can't do that because of emission standards. If they change anything, then they have to go through different processes. It's pretty much grandfathered in. Had a lot of good times on this. It's just time for her to go. I probably will own another DRZ in the future at some point. You just can't beat them for how reliable they are and the performance that they have to offer. It's just a super good deal, and you can pick them up for a really good price. Jose gave me a really good price on this bike. All right, up next we got the Burrows 250 from Peace Sports. We just got this bike not too long ago. Peace Sports sent it out for me to do an unboxing and review. For the money, you really can't beat it. $1,750 shipped to your door. And let me clarify that real quick. If you go to the Peace Sports site, they still have it for the MSRP. But if you go to burrows250.com, it's listed right on there, $1,750 for the 2019s, shipped to your door. I've had a lot of fun on this bike so far, and it's got a lot of cool features. For the money, you can't get anything new close to that. But yeah, on our last adventure, we lost the front caliper, but we'll get her back up and going soon. And a lot of you guys said you'd rather see me just beat on this thing rather than a giveaway, so I think that's what we're gonna do. We might throw some different tires on here. I think it'd be cool to customize it, just make it look better and perform better. This is one of my latest bikes, and I look forward to the adventures.
You gonna fire it up?
Oh, I didn't fire up the DRZ.
No, you didn't. Or my bike.
Oh, we gotta fire up these bikes. What are we doing? We'll start off with the Dirty 30. I don't even know if it's gonna start, honestly. Hadn't been ran in a long time. Alexis doesn't take care of her stuff. Can't kickstart this one, it's E-start only.
Oh!
Oh, she wants to run. Oh, she's breathing. Yeah, that is about as exciting as it gets, but you guys know me. I like my quiet exhaust, hating or not. There we go.
The DRZ is a little bit more exciting.
Yes, the DRZ is obnoxious. Definitely gonna have to choke her.
Man.
Cold. Carbureted like.
Okie dokie, now for the bras.
You want to hear it run?
I want to hear it run.
All right. Got my hazards on, you know. No keys. Push to start. All right, that's it for the Burrows 250. All right, moving on. This is my last bike that I have no experience with. A buddy of mine hit me up, said he needs some cash. He was interested in another bike that I had for a trade, so we made it happen. But yeah, this is the 2016 390 Duke. This engine is shared with the Husqvarna Vitpillen. Other than that, it's, you know, just like a sporty naked bike. Pretty fun to ride. It's snappy. It's got a decent amount of power. I'll do a few videos on this before we get rid of it.
The dash is insane.
Yeah, check out the dash. Ready to race, baby. And that is all.
Are we gonna show them our last one inside?
Alright guys, so this is my 2012 KX100. Absolutely love this bike. Another bike that did really well on the channel. A lot of people are interested in it, and it is down for the count right now. Getting an engine rebuild. One of these days I'll get to it, but this is an awesome bike. Definitely plan on keeping this around. This is going to be Alexa's dedicated trail bike once it's all said and done, so hope to see this thing going. I know a lot of people want to see it, and as soon as we get some things done around the shop, this is the main focus, and we'll get her going and ready to rip through the winter. Alright, so I'm going to do some quick math here and see how much money we got in these bikes. Now, this isn't what they're actually worth. They're worth more than this, but this is what I've got in them. So we did buy the Groms new. That's really what killed us out of everything, but just through what we've got here, it totaled up to $24,300. Now I'm going to give you the number of what they're actually worth. So the number of what they're actually worth is closer to the 30,000 mark. And yeah, this is the collection of bikes that we have right now. But like I said, it's winter time, so I'm gonna downsize a little bit. The DRZ's going today. KTM's for sale. Let me know what you think of the collection. Let me know what your favorites are out of the bunch. I had a lot of good times on these bikes. If you're questioning how, you know, we could afford all this stuff, is just from saving money and not having a lot of bills. So like I said, this is a collection over the past like 4 years. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts on these bikes. Let me hear from you guys. What kind of bikes do you have?
Because you also have three extra things as well.
Yeah, we got 3 snowmobiles, but you know, this was this was a 2-wheel video. But yeah, other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching.
Give it a like, Diesel. Give it a thumbs up.
All right, and we will see y'all in tomorrow's video.
Peace.
Peace.